But joining me today is comedian Rita Brent. You got a show coming up. It's not this Friday, but a week from Friday.
Yes, next Friday.
Or Friday week, as Grandmama used to say.
Yes, yes.
So at Duling Hall.
Duling Hall, that's right. One of my favorite venues in the city.
I bet. Listen, you talk about venues in the city. Let's go back to where I first met you.
Okay.
We were doing an interview on public broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
You were interviewing me. We were talking about Mississippi roads, no doubt, or something like that. And during one of the breaks, you told me that you were about to leave MPB, which, you know, I was aghast at that because you were so good at what you did there. But you said you're about to leave MPB and go into comedy. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, well, I hope that works out for you. And it has worked out for you.
It has. That was 2017. So
wow.
Full-time entrepreneur since then, and it is not easy, but it is also very rewarding.
What got you interested in comedy to begin with?
Well, you know, there's this thing called Facebook Memories, and it takes you back to your former thoughts. And I had always said that I want to be a comedian someday, but I really didn't know that it was something I could do in Mississippi because it's so music-driven. And I was a drummer first, so I did that full-time. And around 2013, I went to this event, and they were doing comedy, and I remember getting butterflies, and I was like, oh, I want to do that. And the next week, I was doing it. I had a 5-minute set. It was probably horrible, but I remember feeling so free and empowered that I was able to say what I wanted on stage. Oh, wow. And ever since then, I've just never looked back. Yeah.
So what was it then that gave you the faith to leap out and go ahead and just do it?
Well, I think that's just been the essence of my life as a woman who's an entertainer. You know, starting off with drums as a girl, you really build confidence really quickly, and you are able to push away naysayers and just continue doing what you're doing. So starting off in entertainment as a drummer and having that encouragement from my mother and my family.
Oh, that helps.
Yeah, it does help. And so she's instilled that in me, that anything you want to do, you can. And she's right.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I had a great question. Hang on. I'll go to the next one then.
Okay.
So do you have any favorite comedians?
Ooh, yes, that is a long list, but I will say Wanda Sykes is probably the top of my list. I think she blends politics and comedy very well. I love this guy named Comedian Godfrey. He's out of New York and Chicago. Really good with impersonations. If you watch him do the Steve Harvey, it's really impressive. Yeah, so yeah, those are just a couple. Mm-hmm.
I bet that would be funny. I mean, Steve Harvey's funny in himself anyway, and then you impersonate him. I bet that would really be funny.
Yeah, he puts on the mustache and everything. It's really impressive.
Oh my!
Yes.
Oh, I'd love to see that. So what is your favorite thing about doing comedy?
I think it's that I get to use my voice and share my thoughts on the issues, but bring a little levity to them. So it's not the same as someone getting up and giving a political speech. You know, that might be kind of divisive. Oh, yeah. But when you put a little humor in it, even a keynote speech, you've gone somewhere and it's supposed to be serious and formal, and then the keynote speaker hits you with a couple of jokes. You know, Joel Osteen does it, and you're like, oh, okay, I feel better about this. And so that's what I love about comedy, is that it allows me to bring levity to otherwise serious topics. Yeah.
Now, comedy's not the only thing you've got going on, though. I see you on commercials all the time.
Yes, the Patty Peck Honda commercials. Yeah, I've been working with them for about 6 years now, and that's just the thing. You get to stretch out as a comedian, and so I write all those commercials.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and I think it helps that I am a comedian, you know, so the timing and the rhythm and the delivery, because I only have 15 to 30 seconds to do those commercials, so I'm trying to, you know, get something in really quickly. Yeah, so that's been a blessing, too.
You gotta get their attention and get a punchline in there real quick.
That's right. That's right.
So not this Friday, but a week from this Friday, you're going to be at Duling Hall. And where can they get tickets? I guess at Duling Hall, I'm sure.
Ticketmaster.com. The name of the show is Late Night with Rita Brent, and I think the late night format allows me to use all my talents. So I will be drumming, I'll be singing, I'll be interviewing. We're going to have Dr. Robert Little, who's the band director for Jackson State. He's going to be a guest. Dr. Nashley Cephas. We'll have a tech minute. She's going to come in and we'll have some fun. I'll have a live band. So it'll really be like a late night show that you would see with Jimmy Fallon, but it's just going to be in Jackson. And so it'll have that Jackson flavor. And you can get tickets on Ticketmaster.